Okay, so here we are with your very last essay. This is a comparison essay, sometimes called comparison and contrast. It could be comparison or contrast, or it could be comparison and contrast. And really, it's not very difficult to write and it's not very difficult to find topics. The difficulty in this kind of essay is how to organize your arguments. So let's check out how to do that. Let me make this smaller so we can get it down. There we go. Move my face away. It's not such a pretty face anyway. There we are. All right. So the big question really is, how do you organize a comparison? Well, do you mostly talk about the similarities or do you mostly talk about the differences? That'll be your first decision. It could be all similarities or all differences, or it could be a combination of the two. There are three basic ways of organizing a comparison essay, and you can have minor differences inside those three different ways. The first one is called a basic block comparison. Naturally, you write your introductory paragraph, you always do. Then you will have your first body paragraph being the similarities between the two things you're comparing. The second paragraph will be the differences between those two things. And your fourth paragraph will be your concluding paragraph. The basic block type of organization generally only has 4 paragraphs, not 5. You could, of course, make it longer, but that isn't necessary. It's normally enough to have a 4-paragraph essay because those body paragraphs are usually fairly large. The second kind of organization is similar, but this one we call block organization. Naturally, once again, you have your introductory paragraph, which ends with a thesis statement. Don't forget, I'm going to be looking at that thesis statement. Then in your first paragraph, first body paragraph, you talk everything about item A. For example, a city, a person, a building, an animal. I'm looking at my little dog here. Whatever it is, everything about the first thing. In your second body paragraph, you're comparing it to the first one. So it's everything about the second one. So let's say I'm comparing my 2 dogs. First, I talk about everything about one. Then I say everything about the second one. And then I write my concluding paragraph. That kind of thing sort of works, but it's not really my favorite kind of organization. The third kind of organization, though, that makes a lot of sense to me, but you can choose any one that you like. It's called a point-by-point comparison. So once again, you have your introductory paragraph, but here you usually have 3 body paragraphs before you get the concluding paragraph. And in each one, of course, the introductory paragraph ends with that very important thesis statement. The first body paragraphs talks about all the points you want to say about both of the 2 items. And then the second thing is your second point about the 2 items. And the third one is your third point about the 2 items. Let's say you're comparing 2 people. Your first body paragraph would be everything that you want to say about their appearance. The second one could be everything about their personality. And the third one could be everything about their favorites, their preferences, or whatever it might be. That's the way you could do a point-by-point comparison. And your concluding paragraph, of course, is the last one. Now, very important in a comparison-contrast essay, even more than most, is that you really have to have an outline before you start, or it's going to be a total mess. A simple outline, it really is best. Item 1, point 1, subpoint A and B. Item 2, subpoint A and B. Item 3, subpoint A and B. Make a simple outline before you start, and it's so much easier to write. Let's say a little bit about a couple of conjunctions. They're not that difficult, but you will use them a lot. So both and, like say, both my grandfathers are short. Or I'm forever indebted to both my mother and father. Both and. Or both children and pets create a lovely chaos in your life. both something, and of course it's plural. Then you have neither nor. How about neither Republicans nor Democrats have ownership of the truth? Of course, I think a lot about politics at the moment. Neither Republicans nor Democrats have, because it says Democrats. All right. How about I neither love nor admire dictators? Neither love nor admire. Here you have two verbs that you're using, neither nor. Or the concept, subject, is neither useful nor good. Here you have two adjectives. Those are pretty good, but let's take a look at not only but also. That's actually harder. Take a look at this first example. Not only is my hometown beautiful, you put the verb before the subject. Okay, that's quite unusual. It's one of the few transitions that reverses the order. Not only is my hometown beautiful, but it is also ancient. The second sentence, the subject comes before the verb. Not only is my hometown beautiful, but it is also ancient. Or, now here you have the architects, that's the subject. Not only in front of the verb, now it's the regular order. The architects not only listened to ideas, but they also followed them. Of course, we both have simple past tense. Or here's another one where not only comes first. That's where you get the reversal. Not only does the city attract tourists, not only does the city attract tourists. That's a strange expression, but it is correct. But it also provides, the second sentence as normal, many services for them. Take a look in your writing book. You'll find lots of exercises on these kinds of transitions. And with that, I am afraid this class is coming to an end. So I would like to say thank you for your attention in all these videos. And it has been a pleasure teaching you in this online class. I hope I get to meet you face to face sometime. Signing off.